Greetings, my friends. I am Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello, wish you a good day. I'm an artist and spiritualist. I come to discuss the spiritual ascension path. And if you're new to the channel, I thank you very much for subscribing and for liking, commenting, and sharing. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. And I thank you for your donations. We are really learning, we have to learn and to be fearless in relationship to exploring the astral plane, the astral realm, which has unlimited potential for experience. They're far more flexible than the third dimension. When we have a dream at night, it is a part of the astral planes. And so the astral plane is like the earth, it has this physicality, but then there is the astral realm, which is a million times bigger. There is so many parallel Earths that are happening in fourth dimension. So we want to establish ourselves in the upper plane of the upper part of that fourth dimension. The emotional resonance determine our level. For we have the worst nightmare on the very bottom. It's where all the demons and all the dark entities and the dark extraterrestrials, they're set up there. They created those hells and all that. But we can just bypass that and move into, and on the upper plane there is like what the biblical Garden of Eden on the upper plane of the fourth dimension, and then you get the nirvana of existence on the fifth dimension. But already in the fourth dimension, we realize of our immortality. It's not like in the sixth dimension where we integrate our immortality and we can physically dematerialize and rematerialize, but we become aware and conscious of our immortality, immortal consciousness, that we are immortal consciousness. For we all have angel and celestial guardians, and so we just need to learn to tune in, ask them, to become more and more aware. We're going to eventually emerge into this reality where they will always be, and they're not just like soldiers; they're like generals, they're really your support team. They're really. We are asked to start already envisioning this higher model of paradise society. Personally, I do believe it will be what's planned for the earth is a republic, for the republic of Plato, the truth, beauty, and goodness, under the supervision of the Christ, the unity of the One, to arrive at the level 1 civilization. But there are many level. What's planned for the earth is a balanced relationship between the feminine and the masculine. I don't think we're going to move into a matriarchal nor patriarchal civilization. We'll be more balanced out on the Arcturian sort of model. But there is all kinds of working model in the galactic civilization. And for the Republic is the rulership of wisdom. I think that's what Maître Saint-Germain wanted to establish in America and for the rest of the world. Yeah, a lot of civilizations are working on the royal model. There is the royal family, the royal couple that possess the greatest wisdom and take care of everything else, everyone else. But most civilizations are ruled by two councils, or many councils, but there was a Council of 9 and the Council of 12. The Council of 9 determined the policies and direction of society, when the Council of 12 are the executive that put those plans into motions. But one thing for sure, we won't need centralized government. We won't need to be we'll save a lot of resources when we'll stop making wars and having to feed all those big governmental machines. And for anybody that the wisest group, the wisest being, the wisest those who possess the most wisdom in the time of transition will be called to organize society and administer the resource or supervise the process. Yet everyone will have to learn to be his or her own master, to be free to create their own experience of anything they choose, with the respect of the will to live of everybody else. For it is very important to learn that we can, everything is okay as long as we let everybody else live their life. Personally, I'm getting a very much deeper and deeper connection to the god Ra or Re from the Egyptian civilization, and the whole family. They're giant beings. They're really big, and like the statue in Egypt, and they're really tall. They're really, everything is like on another. It's like everything is bigger over there in their dimension. They had to go into somewhat of a, not an exile, but during this. They retreated in the 16th dimension in the planet on I believe it's there on Andromeda, but Andromeda is very big. There are trillions of civilizations on Andromeda. It's twice bigger than the Milky Way. And so it's, but there are many other benevolent extraterrestrial beings we learn to appreciate and communicate with, like the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Lyrians, the Arcturians, the Venusians, and so many more. And everything is revealed through the third eye. And the third eye is actually, can look through many eyes. Once the third eye, this pineal gland is open. And spirit always shows us what is to come. It's like some of the beginning. It's like flashing and flashing and flashing. We don't always understand. We're getting glimpse of the future. So it's like to prepare ourselves. It is like yet it's only glimpse, because we're shown the future, but we can only move one step at the time to get there. So it's like one step at the time. But the balance has to be restored between the divine masculine and divine feminine. The divine feminine is nurturing, is birthing, it is receptive, and the divine masculine is protective, creative, it provides, and it creates. So our body is a temple. It's the temple of the Holy Spirit, in truth, and we need to keep it clear, clean, like a crystal, which is not easy because we've all had certain habits in the past. So it's like letting go of layers and layers and layers and layers of conditioning and all the habits that we need to remove to find the purity of that, to become like a clear vessel, so the Creator can be fully present. And all that emanates from us participate to the evolution of all. So we're part of the grand symphony of creation. So we have to tune in our instrument to play the song of our soul. Because sometimes the ego will put a false note. But once the ego is removed and everybody's playing their soul song, it is the symphony will work perfectly, because the source is already the one that is coordinating all that. And there was a philosopher that says, if you want to lead an orchestra, you have to turn your back to the crowd. So do not listen to what anybody says. Filter things through your heart, for it is important to realize that we're moving into the age of Aquarius, and it's like the age of guru and saviors is completely over. And so because everything is part of Source, so everything is perfect because Source is perfect and would not create anything imperfect. But to us, there is a growth and evolution process and many things that we need to be working on. But the absolute perfection from the Paradise Trinity level is everything is perfect on every level. God is limited only by volition. But to God, everything is always perfect on every level. But to everybody else, it's like there is always something to work on, always some goals to achieve, some adventure to fulfill, some mission, realization, and manifestation of our deepest dreams and desires from our soul. So it's like so be careful of all the gurus and all those who are like trying to feed on the energy of their flock. We no longer need any guru. You have your heart, you have your guides, and so and all. So it's like it is we're really moving into a time of self-liberation. Another thing that my master guide told me long ago, I thought I'd bring it up, it's like when you bow. Most people, like my ego bows to your ego. But in truth, my master guide explained to me, it's like you bow to your own inner divinity. You only bow to your own inner divinity that salutes, that bows to the inner divinity of that other person. You can bypass the ego. You always bow to yourself, to your great I am presence. For that is so wonderful to have that. And in the future, we won't need really hierarchies. Because if we're called to leadership, it's because we are here in a role to serve. If the role of leadership is for self-aggrandizement of the pleasure of personal power, it's an ego thing, and we won't really want that in the future. There is a master that was Lao Tzu that was explaining that who wants the power of governance is not wise, because it's very dangerous, and anybody that has wisdom will not want power, they will not want this kind of responsibility. But who does not want, has the wisdom to refuse this kind of responsibility? This one can be trusted with power, because he won't put his ego in between. I recommend the Tao Te Ching. Wonderful little book. And so also to understand that as the light grows, the dark forces may react with chaos and conflict, create social unrest and so on. It's so just because they know they're losing control. So just stay centered. Do not just assist in moving from karma to dharma. France has a very important role in the global awakening that is to come, and Paris will become the center of the awakening very soon. Although America, as soon as America is free, will create a snowball effect to the rest of the world. So it is important to really turn within and confront the inner shadows. Many will awaken with the events of this end of the year, but a lot of them will awaken in 2025. Everybody else will continue, we are already in the process, will continue to expand their consciousness. But next year, there will be the fall of so many illusions and truths that will be revealed, new beginnings. So it takes time to rest and regenerate. We need to heal the final, whatever needs to be healed from this ending of the 3D process program, that those many incarnations that we live in 3D. So we have to find our own truth, and that is the filter through our heart. It's very important that we do that. Also understanding that negative and positive thoughts are all registered by the subconscious. Negatives, like I don't want that, it's like the universe will not see the don't want, they will see that. So just be very, very careful of what you believe, what you think, what you say and do, because where attention goes, energy flows. That's a very famous saying. But so it's very important to stay anchored within our soul and inner divinity. And to reprogram our mind and consciousness to be in the enlightened state, and not to hold on to whatever imperfection that might come our way. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I just want to share that moment. Thank you very much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, for your donation. If you want a consultation, you can send me an email. The observer of the day is in between the world. To understand that we were already partially in the enlightenment process, but we still have we still have a foot in the third dimension. So just be patient with yourself. Be kind to your ego. Your ego is just trying to protect you. That's all. So just it's not your enemy. You just need to compromise with the soul so that the soul can have more space to grow. The highest wisdom is the happy circumstances, is the blessing, unexpected blessings. What we need to understand is the higher power to work with these invisible forces that are always with us, always there. Sometimes we feel alone. Like last night, I was like, soul connection. I'm like, right now, it's like she went out with some other man, and like I was informed of that, and I said, well, I free you. You can live your life. I don't need that. And I was like feeling a bit lonely for a moment, and I realized, yeah, well, God, I know you're here. I know my old guides are here. I know there are countless silent observers around, and so it's like there's always that. Well, I'm sorry, I'm sharing some personal things here, but what we need to do is going far. It's like we've crossed the whole desert. It was really a desert, and now it's like we're really having the end cycle. We need to rest a little bit before we start this new marathon, which will be completely different. And the outcome is, may the truth be. The truth will be known. The truth will come out. And so be your own truth. Speak your own truth. Not to hurt anybody. If somebody's not ready, you feel somebody's not ready to hear something, just don't blurt it out. Just to sometimes there's certain truths you don't want to tell because you know it's going to hurt people. So just be kind with the truth. Do not blind people, just enlighten them without blinding them. For one card. We have karmic relationship. We can't escape those karmic relationships. We want to move into dharmic relationship. We want to heal all the tension and friction in order to move into joy and sharing. But if we have those deep soul connections, they are not here by accident. They are really here for a good reason. Not always understand why. the why, buts, and because. And the card of the day from the Dakini is the revelation. It's like the answers to questions. There will be revelation. It's the burning bush. It's called the lineage tree. It's like there is revelation coming down, and so just be receptive to receive all that. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a song and pull a few cards. I sang this song in the French video. It's a bit long. It's from Peter Frampton. I Love Your Way. I'm going to sing this song of the Beatles on the other side of the page, just to finish in music. And I was in Paris yesterday. I went to see some galleries, and honestly, I went on the Beaubourg area. I was in about 10 galleries. There was nothing as a collector that I would want to bring home. It's like nothing that I saw. It's very superficial. It's very decoration. It's very a lot of intellect, but it's not yet on the heart level. And as a dealer, there was nothing I would be able to sell, because I wouldn't know how to sell that decorative art. So I feel very good when I start my project. We're going to be able to bring something completely new. I'm going to return today, go to Saint-Germain to see some other galleries with a friend. If you're in Paris, just let me a message. Maybe we can have a cup of tea. So this song is called All My Loving. It goes like this. Close your eyes and I kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips I am missing, and I hope that my dreams will come true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I'll write home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be true. All my loving, oh, all my loving, I will send to you. Well, the songs of the Beatles, they never get old. They're just they're little songs, but they're very beautiful. We got an escapee. What is the escapee? It's the consolation. We're going to be able to consolate ourselves. It's really important to heal all the past and traumas. So we'll call that the observer, or the part of the wisdom. The observer of the day is the reward. The reward. Spirit is saying, I'm going to get a push from destiny. So it's like wonderful. Thank you so much. And then I'm from some aspect. And sometimes I'm tempted to project, and I say, no, I've got to return to center and deal with it each one moment at a time. The highest wisdom is the purification. We need to continue to purify ourselves. What we need to understand is family, those heart connections. For me, my soul connection is like, sometimes I resist, I fight against it because of a lifestyle, but if we're family, I have to forgive her. It's like, and then when the time comes, hopefully we'll come together. For what we need to do is well-being. With detachment, really it's important to be detached, not to be... So well-being is very important. All those things, good feeling thoughts, is very important to cultivate that. And the outcome will be a great increase in intuition. And there is all the planets and stars. For the planets, once consciousness raise be above the level of the planet, you can always see the planet as this beautiful living being and surround her with light and love and beauty. And then you can start talking and communicating to the other planets of the solar system. Very powerful. And the sun is connected to all the other stars of the universe. There are a million suns that can talk to you once we connect to the higher planes of the astral planes. Well, my friends, I hope this was interesting for you. I wanted to wish you a good day. I'm going to return to Paris today to to see some galleries in Saint-Germain, to see and get ready for what is to come. I thank you so very much, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.